Good morning and Happy New Year. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Kent. I'm Reverend Stephen, the minister of this congregation. Thank you for joining us on this New Year's Day as we gather both in person and on Zoom. We are a spiritual community that seeks to be diverse and inclusive as we inspire love, work for justice, and grow together in community. I'd like to extend a special welcome to our visitors. Thank you for being here to participate in our worship. For our visitors on Zoom, if you'd like to know more about our church and be in contact with us, there will be a contact link in the chat box at the end of the service. Everyone on Zoom is welcome to stay after the service to talk with one another. For those attending in person, please take the short walk to Hobbs Hall after the service to enjoy conversation and some special refreshments. Just saying. Huh? No, actually it's not pie, but it's still plenty of sugar. Nope, not ice cream and cake. One more guess. You cheated. If you're here in person this morning and have a joy or sorrow to be shared during the service, please fill out a yellow card and give it to an usher or just bring it up to me. If you're on Zoom, you're welcome to share your joy or sorrow using the chat box during that part of the service. It takes quite a team to lead worship every Sunday, so thank you to our team this morning, our worship associate Kathy, our music director Katie, accompanying us Vanessa, our guest musician Shirley. We're glad to have you playing for us this morning. All right. Once again, welcome. All right, now let's take a moment to settle in, to breathe, to enter into our time of community and be present, and to invite the Spirit to be with us and among us this morning as we open our hearts to life and the gift of this day, as we say farewell to the old year and we welcome a new year. Come, let us worship together.
A few months ago, I noticed how old and stained our kitchen towels had become. So I went to Target, and for $15, I bought 4 new dish towels, and I came home and I threw out all the old kitchen towels. Out with the old, in with the new. Done. Oh, if change was always so easy. All of us can think of things about ourselves that can be improved or things we wish we had more of in our lives. If only we could throw out our unhelpful attitudes and behaviors with such ease. One of my challenges is showing patience and kindness when I receive poor customer service. I had read about a practice of choosing a word for the year and making an active effort to manifest more of that quality for the year. So in 2022, I decided to focus on kindness. Whenever I was in a situation where I was feeling emotionally challenged, like not getting good customer service, I tried to remember my word, kindness. It helped me to be more mindful and less reactive. Well, most of the time. I recently had to file a final report for a federal grant using a relatively new software system. Apparently, the software system was not designed by engineers from Apple, Google, or Microsoft because nothing about it was intuitive. I made repeated calls to customer service to get help, each time reminding myself to be kind. The first 5 calls went well, and I remained cheerful. At the 5th call, I was told I was done filing my report, except I wasn't. And on my 6th customer service call, I started to get frustrated with the agent. You know those signs that say on air? I had a sign flashing in my mind. It was red and had the word kindness. I felt myself starting to calm down. What could you use more of in 2023? Patience, love, kindness, breathing, joy, listening, companionship. What would you like to leave behind? What would you like to bring into your life in the coming year? As Unitarian Universalists, we light a flame within a chalice to unite us in worship, to remind us of our ongoing search for the light of truth within us and among us. It is a light to guide us on our shared journey and a reminder that we are all interconnected in the great web of existence of which we are each a beloved part. And as Justin, would you like to come up and help us with the chalice lighting? Thank you. As Justin helps us light our shared chalice, I invite those on Zoom to light your home chalice. And please join me in our chalice lighting words, which were written by Lois Van Leer. We light this chalice on the brink of a new year, letting go of what has been, open and hopeful for what may come, renewed, restored, ready to live life fully anew. May we move forward with intention.
I would like to invite the young and the young at heart to join me for a little conversation about New Year's Day. So come on up. So, it's a special day, isn't it? And to help us celebrate, yeah, Justin, now you're going to finally figure out what my surprise is, okay? Hats, yes. One for me. I was there. All right, so I have tiaras, crowns, and these little things. Who would like what? You want one of those? What do you want? You want one of these? Or no, you want one of the jiggly, bouncy thingies? I think that's a technical word for it. One of these? Okay. Katie, tiara. And I have more. Anybody? What do you want, Benny? You want one of these or one of these? You want a jiggly thingy? Okay. And Morgan, do you want to? No? And Trip, what do you want? Would you like one of these? Let's see. Or you want a jiggly thingy? Okay, great. All right, I have a couple more crown tiaras. Anybody? Kay? You want to give one of these to your mom? Okay, we can do that. All right. Oh, Vivian. And like some of those commercials on TV, but wait, there's more. Guess what else I've got? You can thank me, they don't make any noise.
I wanted to go sweep. I wanted to go sweep. How dare you?
Sorry.
Not going to attack you with a
Trip? Okay. All right, I have some more. Evian, would you like to pass some? Oh.
Do we get to keep these?
And yes, you get to keep these. Yeah.
They're sweet.
All right. Okay. Now that I have your completely divided attention, so what are some ways you guys celebrate New Year's?
Well, a lot of the time, adults tend to stay up late and get drunk.
Okay. So some of the adults.
I'm not an adult. Don't ask me. I'm not getting drunk.
What else?
I'm saying this for legal reasons. The FBI must not know that I get drunk on New Year's
Okay.
Eve.
Because you don't. All right. Katie, do you do anything special to celebrate New Year's Eve or New Year's Day?
Often we stay up till midnight.
You stay up till midnight, and then what do you do?
Well, we celebrate.
You celebrate? You have special food?
No,
No?
but we do other things.
You do other things? You can play games? That sounds like fun. Oh, one left. Okay. Good. Thank you, Evian. So, anybody else have any special traditions for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? Trip.
My dad usually puts coins out of the window.
Puts coins out on the window. Why?
It's to trick people. They're like, ooh, what? Dang it.
Greg, why do you put coins out on the window sill?
It's to bring money in. New Year.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Anybody else? Something special? Jenny? You blow up. Okay, so that is not the only wild thing people around the world do for New Year's. We're going to take a trip. You guys want to go on a little trip in your mind's eyes? We're going to go around the world a little bit and visit some different countries to learn about how people around the world welcome the new year. First of all, we're going to Spain. You eat 12 grapes in Spain, one at each stroke of the clock at midnight on New Year's Eve. Each grape represents good luck for a month of the coming year. And in bigger cities, people gather in main squares to eat their grapes together and pass around bottles of sparkling wine. Now, let's go to Colombia. In hopes of getting to travel in the new year, people in Colombia carry empty suitcases around with them. Yeah. Now, you think that's interesting? Let's go to Denmark next. In Denmark, people greet the new year by throwing old plates and glasses against the doors of family and friends. You work out a little aggression, but it's supposed to banish evil spirits. And people let the dishes pile up to see who has the most friends. People also stand on chairs and jump off of them together at midnight, so you leap into January hoping it'll bring good luck. Now we're going to Panama to drive off evil spirits for the new year. People burn effigies known as muñecos of well-known people such as television characters and political figures.
Wait,
So
burn
those
the
effigies,
effigy of Seinfeld.
could we listen, please? The effigies are supposed to represent the old year and drive away bad luck. Now we're going to Scotland. Hogmanay. This dates back to Viking times, and it's a celebration of the winter solstice. So people honor this tradition by dressing up as Vikings on New Year's Eve. They also hold bonfire ceremonies where people parade while swinging giant fireballs on poles, symbols of the sun, which will purify the new year. Next, we're off to Brazil. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy finding a suitable picture for this one. In many South American countries, you wear special colored underwear on New Year's Eve. Yeah, the least racy picture I could find. The most popular color is red, which will bring love in the new year, and yellow, thought to bring money. Next, we're going to jet off to Greece. In Greece, you hang onions on the front door of your house on New Year's Eve. It's a symbol of rebirth in the new year. And on New Year's Day, you know what your parents do to you in Greece? They wake you up by hitting you on the head with an onion. Yes, Trip?
Wouldn't your house smell funny if there was onions?
No, they should do it with garlic so that way they ward off
Vampires do. Well, maybe some of them do. So, okay, now we're going to China. You want to guess what they do in China?
Chinese things.
Chinese, yeah, Chinese things. Particular, the Chinese paint their front doors red. This symbolizes happiness and good luck in the new year. Red is the color of New Year's Eve in China. Red packets of money are given to children. So you might want to tell your parents, hey, you know, in China, they give their kids packets of money.
You hear that, Mom? I want more money.
Other things for married couples that are red, and red lanterns. And finally, here we are in the United States. Let's do our blowout thingies.
Here in America, we eat 12 chicken nuggets instead of grapes.
Actually, a lot of us go to New York City to see the ball drop at midnight. So, you know, these traditions began as a replacement for fireworks, which were banned in New York. And in other cities, you can watch everything from peaches, a giant walleye, which is probably Minnesota, I didn't look, and local symbols to celebrate the new year as the clock strikes midnight. So we're going to say farewell this morning to the old year. We're going to have some rituals to do that, and then we're going to do one to welcome the new year. But for right now, as we go back to our seats, let's enjoy our blowouts, all right? Thanks for coming up, guys. It was fun to talk with you.
They're supposed to be silent, but
Wow. Now, let's take some time together to reflect on our lives. We've experienced struggles and losses recently. As a community of compassion and care, we're going to take time to share them right now. If you're on Zoom and there's a sorrow, loss, or struggle to share, please use the chat box. We also have Mel said her friend Christina lost her father. And so Christina and their family in our hearts as they grieve. We send our wishes to healing to Swanee Venida, who had an accident recently and surgery, but is in rehab and is in great spirits. I know some of you have been to visit her, and more of you will be. Thank you. She appreciates that. Let's join now in the spirit of reflection and prayer with these words from the Reverend Sarah Lawal. Spirit of life and love, may we hear the cries of the world. May we be vessels of comfort and compassion. May we be givers of hope and healing for those we've named this morning, those we hold in our hearts and minds, those in the world in need of our care and compassion. May we hear the voice within calling us to ask what's possible. May that voice call us to walk to the edge, to take a leap of faith into possibility and fullness of life, and dance with the infinite for a while. May we hear each other's voices of love and encouragement. And may we dare to offer that love and encouragement in return, helping each other become our most loving and fullest selves. And in all things, may love prevail. There have been moments of celebration, too, this week. Joy, wonder, and awe. Moments that have lifted our spirits. If you're on Zoom and have a joy to share with us, please use the chat box. And Vivian shares the good news that her daughter Anna turned 21. Yay! Happy day to Anna. And now, with gratitude for these and every blessing we receive in life, for the gift of life itself, for the companionship of each other on our shared journey, for the beauty of our world, and for today and all the possibilities it offers, let's raise our hearts in gladness and say together, Amen. Unitarian Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, "Finish every day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Each day is a new day. Begin it well and serenely with too high a spirit to be encumbered with old nonsense. As we say farewell to 2022 and welcome 2023, it's time to look back on last year, its blunders, its absurdities and mistakes, to acknowledge them and to let them go so that we can begin a new day and a new year with serenity and high spirits. What brought struggle or conflict? Where did you stumble? Are you carrying any regrets or sorrows? Where do you need to seek forgiveness or to offer it? There may be something from last year you wish to let go of or leave behind, a habit or behavior you wish to stop, feelings of anger, bitterness, or resentment, a loss or difficult experience, the end of a job or relationship. I invite us now to take some silence, together to think about what it's time to let go of. Now you are welcome to come up and place a stone in the bowl to symbolize the things you would like to let go of or leave behind. If you're on Zoom, let me know if you'd like me to put a stone in the bowl for you. I also place a stone in the bowl for Wendy, one for the Curris family, and one for Emily, and then one final stone. It is done. And now, as a symbol of letting it go, we extinguish the candle of the old year.
Thank you, Shirley, for gracing us with your music today. Our first reading is Only a Night from Old to New by Helen Jackson. Only a night from old to new, only a night and so much wrought. The old year's heart all weary grew, but said the new year rest has brought. The old year's hopes its heart laid down as in a grave, but trusting said, the blossoms of the new year's crown bloom from the ashes of the dead. The old year's heart was full of greed. With selfishness it longed and ached and cried, I have not half I need. My thirst is bitter and unslaked. But to the new year's generous hand, all gifts and plenty shall return. True love it shall understand, by all my failures it should learn. I have been reckless, it shall be, quiet and calm and pure of life. I was a slave, it shall go free, and find sweet peace where I leave strife. Only a night from old to new, never a night such changes brought. The old year had its work to do, no new year miracles are wrought. Always a night from old to new, night and the healing balm of sleep. Each morn is New Year's morn come true, morn of a festival to keep. All nights are sacred nights to make, confession and resolve and prayer. All days are sacred days to wake new gladness in the sunny air. Only a night from old to new, only a sleep from night to morn. The new is but the old come true. Each sunrise sees the new year born.
Janet and Nigel were a very happily married couple and got along famously except for one thing. New Year's Day, Nigel wanted to watch football, and Janet wanted to have a big festive lunch. Well, to keep the peace, Nigel decided he would come and enjoy the lunch. So he did, and he ate with the family, and not only that, he stayed for some conversation afterwards. He finally retired to the family room in the comfort of his lounger to watch the game that was on. A little while later, Janet came in and gave him a kiss and brought him a drink and really let him know she appreciated what he'd done. Thank you. Well, and so how's the game? And Nigel said, well, it's halftime and the score is 0-0. And Janet said very happily, see, you didn't miss a thing. If the many rituals of New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, including watching football from around the world, are any indication, there is a certain mystique about January 1st. But does the changing of a number really matter? This whole New Year's business is a curious fiction, nothing more than a number designated by a Roman emperor over 2,000 years ago, and then reconfirmed by Pope Gregory in 1582. Today's just another day. The sun rose, and life will go on as it always does if we're fortunate. And yet, who are we to refuse any opportunity that offers a promise that maybe, just maybe, something new and better is possible? But in order to make that promise real, we need to do some important spiritual work. January is named after the god Janus, who was given the gift of being able to look both forward and backward as a reward for the hospitality he gave to the god Saturn. My colleague Ellen Cooper Davis says, like the god Janus, we can look forward and see what's possible. We can imagine ourselves healthier or in a different job. We have the ability to look forward with vision, even if we are uncertain about the steps that might require us to get from here to there. We can also look back. We reminisce. We're nostalgic. We have memories that are both pleasant and painful. But our gift in that respect is deeper. We don't just remember, we can reflect. We have the extraordinary opportunity to learn from our past and allow its wisdom to inform the choices we'll make in the future. One of life's greatest gifts, and there are many, is that until the day we die, there is always time to reflect on the choices we've made, make amends for hurt and pain others have experienced because of us, reprioritize our lives, make healthier choices, let go of the things that no longer serve us or bring us joy, and seek to live more fully and more authentically. I'm going to celebrate a milestone birthday this year. It has a 5 in it. And it'll be time for more of the health rituals that come with middle age, a colonoscopy, measuring the calcium buildup in my veins, the doctor telling me I'm overweight. She uses the word obese, but I prefer the word bearish. And she'll tell me to get more exercise and eat healthier. There's another truth. The days are long past that I can tell myself I'm really just 20-something, as my body likes to remind me more and more often that I'm not. When it acts up, I tell it, hey, 60-something is the new 40, and it responds, wanna bet? I'm left to wonder what that wanna bet means, and if I will need another regular medication or learn how to live with something, whatever it is. Those moments are a reminder as I watch people far younger than myself experience serious health crises or die, that I can't take life for granted. None of us can. One of the most powerful gifts of this New Year's Day is a reminder that today, like every day, is a precious gift, and that life can change in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. There's a poet named Jane Kenyon. Her husband, Donald, was diagnosed with cancer. Kenyon wrote a poem to reflect on her blessings and her life. It's titled Otherwise. I got out of bed on 2 strong legs. It might have been otherwise. I ate cereal, sweet milk, a ripe, flawless peach. That might have been otherwise. I took the dog uphill to the birch wood. All morning I did the work I love. At noon I lay down with my mate. It might have been otherwise. We ate dinner together at a table with silver candlesticks. That might have been otherwise. I slept in a bed in a room with paintings on the walls and planned another day just like this day. But one day I know it will be otherwise. One day for each of us will be an otherwise if we haven't already had one or are dealing with one every day. Knowing this, as a new year is born, a new day is given, let us be grateful for the gift of this day and for every day. Let us embrace this opportunity, this gift we've been given to ask for and to give forgiveness where it's needed, to offer and receive love, to make the best possible choices, to do something that makes a positive difference in another person's life, to see that life truly abounds, and to live as fully and as joyfully as we're able every single day. Let this be our New Year's vow. This is a poem by Anne Hillman. We look with uncertainty beyond the old choices for clear-cut answers to a softer, more permeable aliveness, which is every moment at the brink of death. For something new is born in us if we but let it. We stand at a new doorway, awaiting that which comes, daring to be human creatures, vulnerable to the beauty of existence, learning to love. Parker Palmer says, I'm going to pass on making New Year's resolutions this time around, and instead carry into the new year a few of the wonderings Hillman's poem evokes in me. How can I let go of my need for fixed answers in favor of aliveness? What is my next challenge in daring to be human? How can I open myself to the beauty of nature and human nature? Who or what do I need to learn to love next and next and next? What is the new creation that wants to be born in and through me? As we stand at a new doorway, this new year, awaiting that which comes and daring to be human, vulnerable, learning to love, let us once again take some silence together. Let us reflect on these questions and think about who we want to be as individuals this year. What would being more alive, more human, more open to beauty, more learning to love look like? Let's spend some silence together. Now, as a symbol of what you've thought about during the silence, you are welcome to come up and get a feather, a brightly colored feather, and take it with you this morning. Put it somewhere where you will see it regularly and let it remind you of who you want to be this year. More red one.
Our second day is a responsive reading called New Year's Day. And I will start and then ask you to respond. The 1st of January is another day dawning, the sun rising as the sun always rises, the earth moving in its rhythms.
With or without our calendars, to name a certain day as the day of a new beginning, separating the old from the new.
So it is. Everything is the same, bound into its history as we ourselves are bound.
Yet we also stand at a threshold. The new year is something truly new, still unformed, leaving a stunning power in our hands.
What shall we do with this great gift of time this year?
Let us begin by remembering whatever justice, whatever peace and wholeness might bloom in our world this year.
We are the hearts and minds, the hands and feet, the embodiment of all the best visions of our people.
The new year can be new ground for the seeds of our dreams.
Let us take the step forward together onto new ground.
Planting our dreams well, faithfully and in joy. Our spiritual community thrives in our shared life of worship, community, and ministry as each of us participates in the circle of giving and receiving. This is possible due to your generous gifts of money, time, and the way you care for each other, and recognize that we are all interconnected. Thank you. To help others in our community thrive, we also give to agencies and organizations in Kent and beyond that serve those in need. January's special offering is for the Kent chapter of PFLAG. PFLAG is a national organization that provides support, education, and advocacy for members of the LGBTQ+ community, their families, and allies. This special offering was chosen by our Children and Youth for Justice January. You should know that each chapter is self-supporting and depends on the generosity of its friends and allies. In the spirit of gratitude for the gift of one another in this community and the abundance that makes our generosity possible, we now give and receive the offering as a sign of our shared commitment to the life and work of this community and beyond. Will the ushers please come forward?
My dear acquaintance, it's so good to know you, for strength of your hand that is loving and giving, and a happy new year with love overflowing, with joy in our hearts for the blessed new year. Raise your glass and we'll have a cheer for us all who are gathered here, and a happy new year to all that is living, to all that is gentle, kind, and forgiving. Raise your glass and we'll have a cheer, my dear acquaintance, a happy new year. Hither and yonder, with love in our hearts, we grow fonder gentle, kind and forgiving. Raise your glass and we'll have a cheer, my dear acquaintance, a happy New Year.
Thank you, Katie. And now it's time to bring our worship this morning to its close. Would you join me in extinguishing the chalice? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. May we carry these in our hearts and minds until we are together again. I invite you to rise and join in singing our closing song, Auld Lang Syne.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and gives a hand of thine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my friend, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
These words are attributed to Kalidasa, a 3rd century Indian author of epic poems. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. And now, as the new year awaits us with its possibilities and ready to be more fully human, guided by our intentions and hopes for this year, let us go forth in peace and joy to continue inspiring love, seeking justice, and growing in community. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen. And once again, Happy New Year.